So, good evening, everyone. Let me start by congratulating all of you for being a part of this Geospatial Analytics Technology Cohort 4. Most people might have actually wanted to be part of this, but I want to believe that it's not everyone that wanted to be that is able to make it to this cohort. So, the fact that you're able to make it into this cohort is a success on its own, and is the beginning of a great journey for you and for a new career that might be emerging from this one decision. Decision determine destiny, and I believe that. Let me appreciate the organizers of this amazing program, the rector of this institution, the coordinator of this program. They are people that I know personally, and I feel highly privileged to be considered worthy to be a guest speaker and to share from my experience. The theme of today's matriculation program is the Elevate. And that's why I put up a presentation that I tagged Elevate. And I'm going to be sharing with you my experience, some stories that shaped the trajectory of my life. I'm going to be telling you some of the lessons that I've learned along the line that might be useful for you, because I believe that success leaves clues. Then success is more like a formula that no matter where you are, no matter who you are, once you apply the formula, you are likely to get the same results that others have actually applied. The person who introduced me, I've said a couple of things about myself, but I like to just tell myself that I'm a public health data scientist. How did this all happen? So some few years back, myself and my friend, we embarked on a postgraduate journey to study for Masters of Public Health. And I did that at Obafemi Awolowo University, which is a pretty small institution. The department was a small one. And I did some quick analysis because our department, for every course, we are about 20. And we had about 20 or 15 teachers. But we quickly did a profiling of our teachers, and we found out that 5 out of the about 20 teachers were different. How? We found out that they were not always around, they were always traveling abroad, attending one conference or the other, facilitating one workshop outside the country. They are the most published of all the lecturers, about 5 out of about 20. In fact, they are also the richest. Everybody is always wanting to see them and to meet up with them. There's a report that even said that they have attracted the most grants to the university. One of them was credited to attracting more than $500 million grant to the university. And then we began to ask questions. What is the difference between these 5 lecturers and the other lecturers? Because they were all good. The other lecturers were always coming to their class. They would take the lectures. They would teach us to know and understand. But these other lecturers, we found out that they were good in data analysis. They were good in biostatistics. They were good in research and in analysis. In fact, they were lecturers of these courses. They were either lecturing biostatistics or lecturing data analysis. They understood the p-values. Everybody in the school, everybody in the Faculty of Clinical Sciences, in medicine, dentistry, they always came to them with their survey product so that they can help them to analyze. At that time, they were very good in the use of SPSS and Stata. Those were the most popular statistical packages in this part of the world, in Nigeria at that time. And that was one of the things that shaped our journey in, in the postgraduate program. We ensured that we participated, paid more attention, read more. Our subjects about biostatistics, about applied biostatistics, data analysis one, data analysis two. All the assignment they gave to us, we ensured we did it. The ones we didn't know, we organized group class. And then we reached out even beyond the department to ask people that knew how to do it so that they can teach us. I remember eventually for my data analysis courses, the program at that year adapted only Stata, but I needed to know SPSS2 that was very popular at that time. And somebody who had already completed the program, who was still around in the school, I remember walking up to this individual, and in 5 minutes, the person gave me orientation about SPSS and gave me a folder of SPSS, and I had a computer. So I installed it, it's just the normal way you install, you follow the prompt, and he got an assignment to analyze the data, and I told him I was going to offer to do data entry. And I collected those questionnaires. I entered the data. So one of the 5 lecturers that was richer than others also, what happened to be my supervisor, and then will also get some contract, is at a bigger level. If he gets a contract, he will just give me to go and do the entry. It will be the one to do the analysis. And that was how the journey began. So I think you are lucky because eventually for our class, I think we're supposed to have 11 contacts for our data analysis. We have six. These are classes of 2 hours. We're taught the basic and everything. So I had a structured training in Stata, but there were 6 classes of 2 hours. And then eventually we did assignments, then we submitted and did our exams. But you are more fortunate than myself. Why? Because you are entering a boot camp that has structured, diverse experience trainers, and they were exposed to even more packages, latest in-demand packages like SQL, Power BI, Python, R. If there are also just particular packages that are going to expose you guys to. So you are very lucky. Along the line, I would want to encourage you that you need to enroll with intention. So ask yourself, what is my why? Why am I here? What do I want to make out of this? Because I found out along the line that we have different categories of people. We have data worker, we have data analysts, we have data scientists, we have data enthusiasts. The courts and the program will try their best, but it is up to you what to become with the exposure they give to you. They will share with you scripts, they will give you capstones, they will give you tools to install, they will give you lectures, they might even give you pre-recorded classes for you to participate. They will guide you, they will give you assignments, but it is what you do with those resources that determine the outcome. So the question you ask yourself, why am I enrolling? What do I want to make out of this experience? How do I want to end up in the next 1 month, in the next 2 months, in the next 3 months after I have received this training? Enroll with intention. Come with a clear-cut purpose for this program. Then don't think that the 2 hours of lectures or the 3 hours of lectures will do the magic. In addition with what they will teach you in your live classes, they might even give you access to the recording. You need to ensure that for the next few days, you need to learn daily. I read a book one time, they call it The Outlier by Malcolm Gladwell. And that was where he discussed about the principle of 10,000 hours. I want to make a commitment today that this journey you're about to start, some of you have a career path, you want to boost your skills to be able to use to enhance the career path. Some of you are epidemiologists, some of you are market analysts, some of you are business intelligence analysts already, some of you are looking for a career path. But you need to inject capital into your skill. You need to invest time. So the formula is for you to learn daily. You need to learn daily. You need to code regularly. In fact, the gold stick is, or the gold standard is, you should ensure or endeavor to at least code not less than 2 hours every day. So whatever they have taught you today, once you understand the formula, don't just apply it to the task or the assignment they will give in class. When you are done with the assignment, go and look for data outside and practice it over and over again. Practice make permanent. You can't be perfect because you might be thinking practice. No, practice make permanent. The more you do, the better you get. Day by day, in every way, aspire to get better. Code regularly. Look at other people's GitHub pages, understudy how they did it, and then ensure that by the time you are done, maybe after a week, you have a project to showcase. Go and create for yourself a GitHub repository. Hopefully, it's something they can teach you, but there are free videos that can help you, and it's free for you to sign up a GitHub page. Look at other people's GitHub pages. Watch small videos, short videos, 10, 15, 20, 1 hour meeting on how to manage your GitHub repository so that you can showcase your assignment and your task. Then you need to emulate excellence. You need to have role models. Some of your teachers here will inspire you. You need to follow their works. Some of the people you will come across when you're trying to get additional tasks for you to learn daily will inspire you. Follow their works. Look at their codes. What is different about their code that you can adapt? How did they create something? What kind of predictive model did they develop? Then you can watch their videos. They are so generous that most of them actually host videos of how they made something. If somebody is in healthcare and you are in finance, you should learn so that you can be able to adapt it, or you should look for a role model that is in your field. Then look for a project that looks like something you want to develop and mirror it. For example, if there is something that someone have developed by insurance and you are in maybe hotel business, you can look at the person's code, you can understudy it, and you can replicate it from insurance to hotel. Then you need to track your mentors. What are the courses that your mentors are taking? What are the projects that your mentors are doing? What are the publications that have been done by your mentors? Those things will help you. All you need to do is to start by faking it until you make it. Look at how they did it, replicate it. Along the line, you'll build a muscle and you'll be able to create your own originally. Who can remind us I'm looking at the chart. The first thing I share with you is to be intentional in your enrollment. Don't just come because everybody is doing it. Know your why. Second thing is that you must learn daily. You cannot afford to keep up with only weekend classes. Every singular day, dedicate about 2 hours to code and to learn and to practice because you become familiar with the tools along the line. Then emulate excellence. Mirror other successful projects. Also, Your mindset is very, very important. You are where you are today because of the mindset that you have. And where you'll be tomorrow will be determined by the mindset that you are going to have today. So don't just go about doing things because people are doing it. Have a value creator mindset. Have a mindset of somebody that is ready to win. Have a winning thinking mindset. Have a mindset of somebody that is a solution provider. You cannot become a winner if you are not ready to overcome a challenge. Always be solution based in your thinking. Let your language, let your products be about outcome and about results, about solution. Look for a problem. How can I use data or analysis of data or prediction or dashboard to solve a real problem in the marketplace, in the workplace, in your environment? What is that one thing that if you do it will be responsible for about 80% of the outcome? You need to have a mindset of a winner, because jokingly I always tell people that you cannot be walking around with a poor mindset and expect to be rich, because you mirror your mindset. It is your mindset that determines the outcome of your life. Have a value creator mindset. Whenever you are put on a project, ask yourself, what can I do differently? What can I add? And you'll be able to have this kind of mindset if you have been able to emulate excellent mentors and you'll be able to emulate excellence. Then, having done all these things, you learn, you code daily, you practice every time, and it's now natural for you to be able to do analysis. Then you have learned from a lot of people, you have emulated a lot of good works, and you have your own product that you are showing on your GitHub repo. You need to be able to let people know what you know. Because if you are good and people don't know that you are good, you are not good. Oh. So do everything within your power to be able to communicate your expertise. Is it being able to write exceptionally well? That cannot be overemphasized. Your ability to write clearly, simply. In fact, there's this approach they always encourage people. Keys. Keep it simple and short, or keep it short and simple. Learn to write clearly, simply, and in a professional manner. Then learn to speak and present. Because your work as a data analyst, you must be able to present and communicate to somebody who does not understand statistics or understand those big numbers. So you can't overemphasize that. Look for opportunity to do projects, even if you don't have a substantial job or task for now. Start building projects, start making presentation, start uploading it, start sharing with people so they can get feedback from whatever they say. And this is also in relation with an earlier point that I mentioned. Practice make permanent. The more you try to communicate, the better you get good as communication. You can join groups that help you to communicate better. I've been a member of Toastmasters for a very long time. I knew that my work required me to be an excellent communicator. And I found a platform where you can learn to communicate along the line. It becomes flawless and easy for you to do your communication. Somebody told me success is goals and every other thing is commentary. You need to set goals for yourself. In the next 30 days, I want to be able to do this. In the next 60 days, I want to be able to do this. In the next 1 year, I want to be competent and be able to do this. If you do not have a goal, it's just like you're watching a football match and all they are just doing is tossing the ball. There's no goal post. So you need to have a benchmark and a milestone for yourself. In the next 60 days, what do you want to be able to do? In the next in the next 30 days, in the next 1 year, what do you want to be able to do? Those goals help you to be able to be focused. They help you. And I'm sure that most of you have heard about SMART goals: specific, measurable, realistic, uh, time bounds. If you go to my YouTube page, I've given a couple of seminars, a couple of coaching session on goal setting, because what you need to advance and elevate in your life is to have clearly written smart goals that keeps you focused, that drives you and wakes you up from your bed every morning. Then the last but not the least is that you need to embrace a higher purpose. Apart from using insight from data to lift others, there is, it's good for you to obey all those principles, but there is a higher power that can help you to turn your small effort to high success. As I'm speaking to some people here, some people are going to create big organizations that will be driven with data analytics. Some people are going to become great professionals that they will hire from first world countries to help them with data solutions. Some people will join big organizations that is beyond their wildest dream, all because you have taken this first step to understand how data works. But like I told you, don't limit your learning to what you're going to be exposed to here. There are tons of textbooks on data analysis and data science. There are a lot of YouTube channels that will help you to further develop and refine your skills. You have mentors in this program who will guide you, who will teach you, who will help you with the fundamentals and the foundation. Then there is an invincible force, an invincible power that makes people to enjoy favor and grace, no matter your religion. Everything you are doing. In fact, there are some people that they will come to a boot camp like this, they will not understand Jack for the entire duration. But there's a higher purpose that can help you to understand, to assimilate, and to become the best in whatever you're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, with all those things I've said, I want you all to put your hand on your chest and pledge together with me that I enroll with intention. I didn't just do it because my neighbor is doing it. I didn't just do it because my father said I should do it. I learn daily and code regularly. Then I emulate excellence. I think like an owner because I am a value creator. I communicate to elevate. I target goals and build systems. I serve a purpose bigger than myself. If you follow these commandments and you do them diligently, I promise you, in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year, this elevation that you have so much aspired for, I believe, I'm convinced, I'm a testament of it. I've seen people that are closer to me that are testament of this, that you will have excellent results and you will have elevated beyond your wildest imagination. Enroll with intention. Learn daily and code regularly. Learn from the best. Mirror the best. Benchmark the best. Think like an owner. Be a value creator. Communicate exceptionally. Have goals that is driving you. And then seek and leverage on a higher purpose. Thank you. I am available to take any question that you might have. And I hope I've been able to make some sense to you. Thank you and thank you. Congratulations once again.